So, how and when did you become involved with the Cawood Ledford Boys and Girls Club?
Okay. Well, I started doing a similar program in Cumberland in
Okay.
2001, and it was called Kids Cafe. And it was just a couple days a week, but it was an after-school feeding program, and we had activities. And I started going back to college to get my master's degree, and I met Tommy Saragas. And so she told me about the Boys and Girls Club, and she kind of learned what we were doing at Kids Cafe, and so we just became friends and talked about our work. And there was a position open for a unit director. And so she just talked to me about that job, and I applied, and that was in 2001, and no, 2004.
Okay. What is the mission of the Cawood Ledford Boys and Girls Club?
Okay. The mission is to inspire and enable all children, but especially those from disadvantaged circumstances, to realize their full potential as productive, responsible, and caring citizens.
And do you feel it's being accomplished?
I do, yes.
Since you have worked here, what has changed? Like, has the county's views changed of the Boys and Girls Club, or have they always been accepting of the Boys and Girls Club, you feel?
I think they've always been accepting, and the way the club came about, it started as sports leagues, like just youth sports leagues. And so Tony and Tommy Saragas, the founders, realized that they needed more, and we were starting to get a prescription drug epidemic at the same time, and they needed something more for the kids, and just to try to steer them away from that. And so they formed the Boys and Girls Club, and it was always something that I think everybody in the community knew that we needed. But the longer that we've been around, the more people have been willing to invest their time and energy and money. And the biggest change I think that I've seen is with parents being able to trust us and know that we're a worthwhile organization and that we're going to, help their children. And so our numbers have really increased just steadily throughout the years, and now we have more kids than we've ever had before.
Do you feel that the Cawood Ledford Boys and Girls Club has helped the community a lot?
I do. We serve about 2,000 different kids each year, and we serve kids, school-age children, and we do everything. We have an after-school program, we have summer programs, but we also do school outreach, and we teach drug prevention in the schools. And we've seen a big difference in that program because it's called Smart Moves, and it's a 16-week program, and we do a pre-test and post-test with this program. And the program is really something we wanted to be our signature program just because the drug problem's so bad. And the difference between the kids' pre-test and post-test scores are really dramatic. There's, at least a 25% change every year. And it's not only the education of drugs, but it's also their opinion and attitude toward drugs. So some of the questions that are on the pre-test and post-test are, it's cool to smoke, or it's, all teens do this, and so their attitudes actually change. And I had a reporter from the Lexington Herald tell me, it's been about 3 or 4 months ago, that the prescription drug problem in Eastern Kentucky has gone down among first-time users. So, I don't know how much we are a part of that, but I think that it is, a portion of it. But it feels good that, the drug problem's getting better, and hopefully we're a part of that.
I didn't know that. If you, or how, from how far do you all help kids, what counties, surrounding?
We used to have a club in Tri-Cities, and we had some kids from Letcher County when we had the Tri-City Club, and we still go into Cumberland Elementary, and so there are some kids from Letcher County there. It's primarily Harlan County, and we do get a few from Letcher County and Bell County, but it's mostly Harlan County.
Okay, and if Harlan did not have the Boys and Girls Club for the kids to go to and be a part of, do you think they would get into other, get in trouble, or?
I do, and I think that it's been beneficial for the kids and for the parents, and a lot of our kids are mischief makers. A lot of them have been in trouble with the law. They've been, juvenile services have had to deal with them, and so we try to steer them and try to put them on the right path, and we really want our teens to be leaders to the other kids, so we really impress upon them that, hey, these other kids are looking up to you, so you have to turn around, and so I hope that it's helped. I think that it has.
And do you think, like, Boys and Girls Club, with education, have they, like, pushed kids to go farther in education, or at least to finish high school, or?
Yeah, one of the big goals of Boys and Girls Clubs of America is to increase high school graduation, and that's something that we're really starting to focus on, and we have a program called Power Hour that's a tutoring and homework help program, and we just want kids to see the importance of education, and some of what we do, just if we see that a kid's failing or something, just to work kind of individually with that child and make sure they bring their grades up. And one little girl that I've hounded for all last year because her grades weren't that good, we worked all through the summer, and last year she had D's and F's in math, and she told me yesterday she had a B in math at her midterm. So.
How important do you feel that the sports programs and the summer camps that the Boys and Girls Club offered to the kids?
The sports programs, I hope are important. I don't think it's probably the most important thing that we do, but we want to encourage teamwork and camaraderie and just a sense of belonging, and no, we don't take our sports leagues too seriously like some of the other sports leagues in the area may do, but it's really just laid back, and we do soccer, and that's real laid back because no one around here really knows a whole lot about soccer, but it's just to kind of increase their physical fitness and just have fun, and it's really one of the more fun programs that we do, and just it's good for recreation and confidence building and team building. And the other was summer camps.
Yeah.
The summer camps are, they're a lot different from our after school program because they're real focused, and I think that's a lot of fun too. And what we try to decrease the learning loss over the summer and give them fun things to do, and but it is very different because after school we kind of do everything, and then during the summer we may have just one science week and one technology week, and so we get different kids who may not normally come to the Boys and Girls Club, but they have a real interest in science, and so they come, and then they see that they like the Boys and Girls Club, and then they come back during the school year.
Is there anything else that you would like to add or say about our particular Boys and Girls Club?
I'm really proud of our Boys and Girls Club, and you may notice like when I start talking about it, I just can't stop. But I'm really proud of it, and we kind of were not really a science experiment, but I think we were an experiment for Boys and Girls Clubs of America, because the YMCA, Tony and Tommy, first started to try to get a Y in to Harlan County, and they absolutely wouldn't even come and talk to them about it, because they just said that our population and demographics, there was no way we could support it, or they could support it. And so then they tried Boys and Girls Club, and they come down, and I think they just come down, like they were obligated to come and talk to us, and then they saw how determined everybody was and how needed it was, and they were like, well, okay, if you can get a budget together, then we'll let you go ahead with this. And so they, everybody got it all together, and I think that speaks a lot of the community support that, it was so needed. And we're probably just about the most rural Boys and Girls Club in Kentucky. We're the only Boys and Girls Club in southeastern Kentucky, and now when other clubs try to form, there's been clubs try to form in Middlesboro and Hazard and areas local to us, and what they tell them is you have to form with Harlan, and so we've done, I think, a really good job, and I think that speaks a lot of the community and how invested they've been in it. And we have great volunteers like Leah Hollins, who we miss tremendously.
I miss you all so much.